And welcome back. It's been a bit since last time we've played 14. Yep, you got more story. And you get to watch me suffer more over not being able to have enough item level. I'm at 759. This is what I got. Yeah. And finally, we're going to be able to have, I think the last bit of the raid came out today. And then, we finally got, something about Beastmaster coming out in, what was it? 7.56, I think it was, with the ending to the story, the Dung Trail story. So I'm looking forward to that. It's been so long since the last time I played Summoner, in fact. Yeah, we're here with Carping. Last time I played Summoner was ago. What else did I think last time I played Summoner was? Despite it being my main, I just haven't been playing it. I trust you were able to get plenty of rest. Good. I thought we might take a moment to ponder our next steps and perhaps reflect on our recent journey. I must admit my thoughts often drift to the Mist Continent and our stay in Treno. It was heartening to see the Miala prosper despite the odds, and my own flesh and blood strive in the living wrecked landscape. Sphene was eager to restore diplomatic relations, and I have no doubt that Alexandria will provide much needed support for their neighbor. I too shall do everything I can to aid my home away from home, my wonderful welcoming family included. For the time being, though, I say we've accomplished all within our power. I suppose that just leaves the matter of preservation's research. It is yet unclear how Calyx learned the technique he used to summon his dark primal, and there's likewise much that remains unknown about the key. Let us hope that Shale's efforts bear more fruit. Can you hear me? Shale and I have been reviewing the decrypted files and have uncovered some intriguing details. Would you come to join us? We'll be with you right away. Excellent. Shale seems rather eager to speak with you all. Come and find us in the Diotoro lab when you're ready. Uncanny timing indeed. Let us make for the containment complex. Yeah, I haven't done Crescent Island at all, by the way. The Crescent Island stuff at all. I have been doing other things instead. I've already forgotten how to bring up a map. There's a map. I've been just playing Dragoon, trying to get that up to the level I want it to be. I'm at level 70, so I got 10 more levels until I'm gonna switch off from Dragoon and switch to Bard and try to get that up to level 80, and then finally Warrior, but I don't know if I'll be able to get to it before the year ends, to be honest.
You're just in time for a progress report. The decryption is finally complete. As we suspected, the data represents a partial record of Preservation's research documents.
One sec. Just making sure OBS didn't crash.
A quick scan of the files, however, failed to turn up the information Y'shtola was after.
Indeed. No mention of the Ascians, or primal summoning techniques for that matter. While Calyx doubtless received instruction from someone possessed of such knowledge, there was naught to identify this benevolent mentor. I am, however, pleased to say that we found several reports concerning the key.
We know the key is used to open paths between worlds, and was a treasured relic of the Milala. And just as the Milala were unable to return after reaching the Mist Continent, so too was Preservation unable to gain a mastery of the prize which had passed into their possession. The data suggests that a particular formula or procedure is required, a process which Calyx appears to have understood to some degree. Yet the key proved fickle. Perfectly replicating conditions was no guarantee of success. And even when they did manage to generate a modest portal, the destination was never the one they expected. Reports practically screamed their frustration, describing the experience as being dragged around by a traveler picking roads without rhyme or reason. Serves them right, I say.
After much trial and error, Preservation began to experiment with external actuation devices for the key. Striving to maintain a stable pathway to a chosen location, they conceived of the technology that forms the gate to the Golden City.
So, their tribulations ultimately afforded them control of the key, albeit in a limited capacity, which, of course, explains why they were able to instruct Zoralja in its use, thus enabling the unprecedented feat of transferring Everkeep and its environs to the Source. After the Endless Fiend took the key unto herself, she opened pathways to other reflections in her hunt for ether, did she not?
The Milala merely used it to facilitate their exodus. To think what the key has now wrought in different hands.
For all we know, the actuation device augmented the key's power beyond its intended scope. Were your goal to plunder whole worlds of their ether, a tool designed to simply transfer people would likely be insufficient.
Shale, I don't suppose you would be able to remove the actuation device?
The machine made for that very purpose is still functional, thankfully. It shouldn't be a problem.
What do you think? We don't even know how the key works. If the device is somehow interfering or amplifying its capabilities, I believe we ought to remove it.
Just be warned, it is sticky. I have been using it to have juice. Particular apple juice. Hey, where'd all the color go?
Give me a moment.
Kinda looks like twisted white orosite.
My word.
Oh, there's the color.
Ishtola?
This is the first time I've beheld the key in all its unobscured glory. The sheer density is extraordinary. 'Tis akin to the structures we saw beneath the Tempest.
Now that you mention it, the ornamentation is reminiscent of Amarot.
Have you noticed anything since the key has been in your possession?
Kinda look like this.
You're suggesting the key has some connection with Azam. A plausible theory, although one we are yet unequipped to prove.
My apologies. Hello? Yes, this is Cryo speaking.
How are we going to get back to the 9th now, since we just disassembled the key?
That was Ojika with a message for us.
An urgent matter?
I'm not altogether sure. Tataru requires our counsel, and hoped to call upon us in person at the Baldessian Annex. Though disappointed we were not present, she appeared content to wait until our travels brought us back to Sharlayan, insisting that it did not merit our immediate summons. Her tone suggested otherwise, however, and Ojika felt compelled to contact us directly.
Mayhap the time has come for another journey across the salt.
I'm taking my drinking rock.
You'd best go. Though I'll not deny that I'll be sad to see you leave.
Oh, Shale. I can't even begin to thank you for all you've done. We will be forever indebted to you and your Oblivion colleagues.
The debt is ours. We'll never forget the sacrifices you've made for us. For Alexandria.
How about we get rid of the dome part so you guys can actually see the sky?
In the meantime, I shall keep sifting through the data. You'll hear as soon as I find anything of note.
Actually, I should like to stay here a little longer, if you don't mind.
You are most welcome.
And might I borrow the key for a while? I wish to study it further. With the utmost care, I assure you.
Do not listen to its lies. The drinking rock does not know what it seeks. Be careful, Yoshola.
Well then, shall we be off? Ojika will be expecting us.
Wait, me too? Trail to the heavens? Or trial to the heavens? Then I burn down the heavens. I don't remember. That was the Alliance read of last year. Yeah. The Northern Empty. Goodbye, sipping rock. My drinking rock. Orange juice. Orange juice. Apple juice will never be the same. I guess I could see if there's any quests about here. No. Oh. Welcome back, and what a pleasure to see you too, Zedman. Thank you for contacting us, Ojika. We came as soon as we could. Of course, I felt it prudent given how troubled Tataru was. Your concern is much appreciated. As it so happens, we've reached a convenient juncture in our investigation. Shale and Y'shtola have matters well in hand, leaving us free to make this trip. That's a relief to hear. Now let me fetch Tataru for you. Why don't you take a moment to relax in the main hall? I'm sure you'll all still fatigued from your journey.
Planning your next journey?
Oh no, just reminiscing. Thinking back to when you bought this map, and how you all encouraged me to make the voyage to Tural.
He bought it? I thought the Loporits gave it to him. I just noticed the bottom of it has, Eorzea, Eorzea factions. The Maelstrom, Gradon, the I forget the name of the snakes, and the Internal Flame, plus Ishgard.
Are you glad you did?
As if you need ask.
Welcome back.
A little bit of sticky note on the map.
I'm so glad you're here.
Ojika contacted us. He intimated that you were rather concerned. Come to think of it, Alphino said he and Alize would pay you a visit upon their return. Have you not seen them?
Oh no, they were here. I was regaled with many a tale of your Turali adventures. It was only once they departed for Garlemord that the rumors came to my attention. Rather alarmingly, void-sent sightings seem to be on the rise across the star.
I think we might have fixed something too good. Maybe the 13th is starting to become one with the source now.
I was reluctant to bother you with mere hearsay, especially when you had more pressing matters to contend with.
Thinking, are we sure it would be voids? I guess we would have to see if there actually are from the 13th, because who knows what happens on the other spheres. Maybe another sphere is being plunged into darkness.
But earlier I received a confidential report from the Grand Company of Eorzea. It's as if a mighty dam has been breached, flooding the land with foul creatures. For a blessing, most nations have managed to keep the invaders in check, and casualties appear to be minimal thus far. Though the same cannot be said for those regions with a deeper connection to the void.
Razidhan and Garlemald?
Their fissures continue to manifest without end, putting countless innocents in danger.
Oh, and Thanalan.
A deeper connection to the void. Garlemald is the home of the Reapers, is it not?
It is. Alphino and Alizé were there when the trouble began, and have since sent word that the situation has taken a dreadful turn.
A short while earlier in Tertium? Tertarium. Tantrums. The train station.
Thus concludes the abridged account of our time in Taral. Now I shall leave you with the words of the late Dawn Servant, Galul Jajar. Ignorance begets strife. Understanding begets fellowship. A notion that rings true for Eorzeans no less than it does for the diverse peoples of Tuliyollal.
And for Garleans as well. Even sharing something as simple as a local dish can pave avenues of understanding. It's up to all of us to forge new bonds, together.
Thank you for sharing your tale. Better they hear it firsthand than endure my clumsy retelling.
Why are you all still living in the train station?
Your words give me hope that we might achieve something similar here
In
We
Garlemald.
all have the capacity to affect change. Our time in Taral taught us that much.
I hate these extra buttons that they put on controllers these days.
And now that we've returned, it's time we rolled up our sleeves and got back to work.
I've already sent missives to the other nations, informing them of our Alexandrian friends. I also intend to notify the Garlean community officially. If both sides are amenable to the proposition, we shall gladly assist in establishing diplomatic relations with Alexandria and Tuliyollal.
Thank you. But are you sure you've recovered from your journey? It sounded like you've hardly had time to catch your breath.
Julius, that was their vacation.
Sir!
Lapis Manalis is overrun with void scent. We've sustained heavy civilian casualties.
What?
Lucium Squadron reporting in. We're under attack. Void scent appeared out of nowhere and ambushed us during a routine inspection. Damn it. Is that another fisher? No, no, no! Ah!
My comrades are under attack. We have to do something.
There's no time to lose! Come on!
The Garlean community is ill-equipped to defend themselves against such a threat. Even with the aid of the twins and the Ilzabard contingent, they face daunting odds.
We shall leave for Garlemald immediately.
Thank you. I was able to contact Thancred and Urianger too. They're already on their way. With any luck, you'll be able to rendezvous with them on arrival.
And now back to this music. I've been told Alphino and Alice have drawn to Tertium to request aid on the front lines. They seem intent on rejoining the battle once reinforcements were ready, but I shall tell them to wait until you arrive. Sphene. Two worlds entwined. And just like that, we find ourselves faced with another emergency. Fortunately, there is yet time for us to make a difference. Let's make haste for Tertium. Yeah, I can't know, but this might have been a thing that we might have done. Because we have been fixing the void, but the void was the problem. Reason why the void no join. They overdid it a bit. And now we're undoing the overbid. Done a bit now. Might be joining. Because we might prevented the joining with the first. That doesn't mean that there's not an opening for joining of another kind. I've made it.
You picked a frosty spot for a reunion.
Tataru sent word that you were coming. Full glad am I to see you all. Though I'm afraid this is no time for pleasantries. Planar fissures have opened up across Garlemald, inundating the region with void scent. As far as we can ascertain, there are two focal points of their assault. The Ilzabard contingent are combating the threat in Lapis Manalis. Although they have suffered casualties, they appear to have the upper hand.
You've heard most of those casualties were civilians.
As well they should. The many talented Uldan thaumaturges among them should be more than capable of closing any fissures they encounter.
Which leaves the second focal point, the Clutium. Eulus and the Garlean community are attempting to mount a counterattack, but are struggling to cope with the sheer number of Voidsent. They've fallen back to the north of the Imperial Palace. Can you lend your aid in securing the area?
With your blessing, I would tend to the wounded returning from battle.
Of course, Kryl. Thank you. The quickest route from here to the front is via the train tracks. Once we arrive, we can support the Garlean forces as we make for the fissure in the munitions factory.
Ooh, dungeon time. That was quick. Usually gotta wait a bit longer before we can go into the dungeon. always, I need my NPCs.
I stand ever ready.
Our fates are not yet sealed.
Here we go. Going through this a lot quicker than... I guess we never... I thought I fixed the tower. Oh well. Okay, that looks like a void set. I have no idea what the hell that thing is. Yeah, the purple monkey thing I see all the time in the non-purple variation. In that one area. Let me no remember. Stormblood area. There we go. Just so you guys can read what they say. And I know doing this does not... I know the AI single target for the most part, but I can't help it. They're called long fingers. Okay.
Make ready.
Allow me.
I guess they're fine. Yeah, and I don't have to worry about
Together we shall overcome this.
people from my FC, simply because
Hold still.
all of them have kind of taken a break from Final Fantasy.
Together we shall overcome this.
Last I heard, they were playing Doom. That was probably a year ago. At least the praise. Okay. I think Titan might have got stuck there. Also, I have only seen the cinematic for the next expansion. I have not seen it. I have, of course, heard some things like something to do with what they might do with the next level and stuff, but I haven't, like, I'm mostly blind. The only thing I looked up was to see what was out, so, or just the update. Not where any of it is or what it is. Okay, I wonder what type of boss we'll fight.
You're a sight for sore eyes.
You don't need no alarm. We use funny emojis that don't make sense. I was saying before I got distracted, I like the look of this place. I know, it looks pretty to me.
Appreciate the help. We'll handle things from here. Take care of the fissure.
Why is it coming through my right ear when you're on my left? Eye of the Scorpion. Just checking on my food to see if there's anything that I might want to use here. Nah, I'll save my food for when I do the Alliance raid later today. Eyes on me. Yay! Oh, nope. carry any more tomes of mathematics. Let's see. Mathematics, yeah, is that one. Okay. You give me this material. I would have liked a hat. Or some gloves. Did I get Phoenix at all in that last fight? Oh, that's a lot of ceruleum. What was that noise?
You underestimate me!
Okay, so that was their move. I didn't hear the laughing part. So I've only gotten... And from chest number 2, it's more earrings of slaying. And more stuff for me to sell. So I don't have anything that uses slugging at level 100. I actually have slaying at his level 90. Because I use scouting for my melee class. So I need aiming. Ooh, into the dust bowl. Hi. Ripples of bloom. Orion, where are you going? Oh, I see. It's like the beetle. Basic vomit. Going that way. Oh, I'm in front of the vomit. Actually, what level are these? 765? Okay. Oh, this place kind of reminds me of, God, the, Lakes Guardian. At least a specific part reminds me of it. Don't know why, but it kind of came to my mind. I don't know why, but this kind of feels like a diversion. I don't know why. Probably isn't. Got that feeling. More cerulean and reapers. see enemies. Okay, second to last chest. I hate it here. I have yet to get one usable piece of gear. Oh, that's gonna be a big puppet.
You underestimate me.
Hold still.
I have a feeling if I don't get at least a piece of gear that I don't have the better version of already when we defeat the boss, I don't think I won't have enough to do the trial again. I mean, I'm going to have to get real knowledgeable about these fights. Okay, let's see the biggin. No, we're not going to be fighting the biggin. Okay. Malphus, masterful manipulator. He got string on his head. I thought we were going to fight that. I have a feeling we're still going to fight that and that. Then again, we might not have a trial. Rubbish disposal. Wait, why is everybody going over there? Okay, we got 2 biggins. Out of there. Don't worry, I'm gonna hang out with you two. I got no strings on me.
Hold still.
I'm gonna confiscate your strings. No head string for you. I didn't get anything I can use. Quickly close the fissure so he dies.
I think that's all of them.
We need but seal the fissure to prevent further ingress.
It's over. I can only imagine the extent of the damage were it not for your aid. On behalf of the Garlean community, I thank you for all you've done for my people, for my home.
Something bad's about to happen.
I shall close the fissure post-haste.
If you do that, I will be trapped here.
You risked your life in vanquishing the creature. Would you at least let me bear the burden of deciding its fate? You want to go back? To the Void? Your kind have entered this realm before. Some seeking death that they might rejoin the life stream. But you would choose that dark, deathless place?
The wind is fresh and pure, untouched by darkness. Perhaps it won't be a blessing to meet my end in such a place. But I cannot yet bear to part with the Void. If only the winds would blow there as they do here. I long to return, to see my home unsullied, as it once was.
But why are you here?
We know that pain all too well. If that is your wish, you must forsake this aggression. Go back to the Void and devote yourself to its restoration. I have a friend, Zero, who hails from your home. She and her companions strive to bring light into the Void from another world blighted with imbalance. I hear their efforts have already met with some success. One day, they'll drive the darkness from the Void. I'm sure of it.
He got hands on his hands. And hands on his ankles.
His form is imbued with the will of all those I've consumed. We shall return to our world and seek out this Zero. Then we shall see if there is truth in your words.
She won't disappoint you. That much I guarantee.
Bravo! I think Zero will approve.
Oh,
Indeed, that was truly heartening to see.
Understanding begets fellowship, right? I thought I might lead by example.
Well then, shall we head back?
I don't know, I was expecting like something to come out of that portal and just grab him and kill him or rip him in. reports began trickling in. By all accounts, the Elzbar contingent was successful in containing the threat on their front. For Void sent to attack in such numbers, just as we were finding our feet, I daren't imagine the consequences had you not provide such timely aid. On behalf of my comrades, thank you. Thank you all. Yep, and now I can do it as trust. With that, I'll call that an episode. I'll see you in the next.